my name is Zara, and this afternoon I decided to ask some questions while having some sangria. And helping me this afternoon would be, hi, I'm Zara's alter ego. I'm the girl with a lot of self-doubt, the girl who has a lot of questions, and the girl every woman has inside of her. So I'm going to be asking her questions sent from Facebook, Twitter, and private messages. My first question would be, Zara, why do you even think you can answer these questions? And that's why we have alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol if I don't get these questions right. Well, good enough. Cheers to that. And we start with the first question from Ria, and she's asking how you keep your skin so good. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh, shut up. That's exactly why we try so hard. Our skin isn't perfect. You see, I obsess about my skin a lot. I use a lot of oils at night, and I think key to making my skin really good, and since I have sensitive skin, is argan oil. I use a drop of argan oil and a drop of rosehip oil at night and put it on as a moisturizer. And for me, it's organic, it's cheap, and really works. Why do you need primer for foundation? It seems counter in our weather. Well, true. I'm sweltering in this heat. Well, I'm melting in this weather too, you know. It's not just you. Okay, primer is pretty important if you want to keep your makeup intact. Though I don't use a lot of primer, just make sure that the base of your makeup has something to adhere to, and that would mostly be your sunscreen and your moisturizer. I love how moisturizer just slides onto your face and gets absorbed quick, and usually more often than not, that's what I use as a primer. There are primers out there that have dual purpose. They already have SPF 50, SPF 30, and you can use that as your sunscreen so that you don't have too much layers on your face, and they also keep your makeup intact. Marissa wants to know, should I contour in this weather? How? Why should I use highlighters if my skin is oily? Contouring, the question of the century. Well, I don't recommend contouring every day. Definitely not. You contour when there's a special occasion, when there are photos, but it's very difficult to contour on a daily basis because you can really see the contour marks if you don't blend well, and that blending takes time. On a busy day and going to work, contouring is not very advisable. Highlighting you can do. And if you're oily, just do highlight the points of your face that need to pop out. So as I used to say, contouring is if you want to recede anything, highlighting is if you want something to pop out or move forward. Highlighting when you're oily can be tricky as well. You don't want to look oily all over. So do be careful where you put it, and please do put powder at the areas where you're most likely be oily, and that would be on your T-zone. That's where you don't highlight as well, except for the nose bridge, and that's really up to you. When do you use BB or CC cushions? This is from Narissa Subido. How do you use those Korean cushions? I'm actually not a BB cream or CC cream fan. There was a lot of people enjoy it and love it. I don't really use it much because I do have oily skin and I don't need the extra shine on my face. A lot of people also use it as a base for their makeup to even out their skin, and then use some concealer if they want to. Cushion foundations are fun to use. It comes with the sponge for a reason. The best way for you to use your cushion foundation is just to pat it on your skin evenly and not rub, and make sure that you get into the little crevices. That sponge is pretty tricky, and you don't want to miss out any part of your face. And your co-winner Gabrielle wants to know, what happened to your Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 that you won last 2012 for the Samsung Galaxy ambassadorship? That's a flashback. Hi Gab, I still have my Samsung Note 10.1, though the tip of the stylus has already been used up. I still use it when I want to sketch. I love my Samsung Note 10.1. I use it for quick drawings and quick artworks. A very important question is from George Pastor. So how do I buy makeup for my girlfriend that she can actually end up using? George, that's a very important question you got there. You see, it's difficult to buy makeup for a woman because every woman is different. And don't trust the person at the makeup counter. Try to see what colors your girlfriend actually uses. More often than not, she won't veer away from these basic colors that she uses. Mauves, if she's somebody who likes nude makeup, mauves and nude lipsticks. It's also difficult to choose foundation for your girl. This may be tricky for a woman, it's trickier for a man. So I suggest you check out the different makeups that she has when she's not looking, and then purchase them when she runs out of it. Lipsticks, the safest would be the reds. Everyone wants a good red. Ruby Woo and Russian Red from MAC are the best sellers. Cruella from NARS is also good. So these are things that you want to look at. But make sure these are colors that she would feel comfortable using. Your husband wants to know, how does it feel to be hugged by a dude who can hammer curl 70 pounds per arm? Oh, it's difficult to be married to a big man. And it's difficult to be married to a man who actually lifts a lot of weight. Sometimes he doesn't know how strong he is, and hugging him can be hard. Though the nice thing about it is that he has boobs. And then when he hugs me, I can breathe through the space, his cleavage, and I call it like a breathing hole. Well, this is a very good question from Jess. What do you take if you're allergic to antihistamine? Oh, that's a very difficult question, Jess, and I think the doctors would be able to answer that more than I do. But what I do know is that vitamin C is a natural antihistamine. So you might want to pop some Berocca and drink some vitamin C if you have allergies, and head straight to your doctor to ask for a better alternative. And this is from Nino Duterte, and I don't expect less from him. Why did the chicken cross the road? You know, that chicken crossed the road because it was afraid of David Lim Jr., who has a .22 caliber. Because honestly, the only thing a .22 caliber, in my personal opinion, can kill is a chicken. Ooh, Jaya wants to know, Micellar, is it all the same or is there a good one? How to judge? Okay, Micellar waters are great. I love them. I use them on a daily basis. I started with Bioderma because there really wasn't anything else, but there's so much in the market right now. The good thing about Micellar water is that every brand has a different thing infused into it. So you have waters with vitamin E, rose water infused into it. You have different vitamins and things that can nourish your face. So choose wisely. I go for simple. I go for Bioderma. I go for the Garnier brand of Micellar water, and they've been very effective. The nice thing about the different brands of Micellar water is the fact that they do have a sensitive skin version, and I use that because I'm very sensitive. Sometimes these micellar waters can still burn the skin no matter how mild they are, and that's why they do have a sensitive skin version. Lastly, your best friend Jen wants to know, why do you keep cutting your bangs that short? I told you it was silly. I cut my bangs short because it's silly. I like looking at myself in the mirror and laughing at myself because I have really silly bangs. That's the answer to your question, Jen. I know not a lot of people like it, but I do, you know. Hey, I hope you were able to learn something and she was able to answer your questions. Thank you so much for joining our Sangria Sessions episode. I hope I get more questions next time and I'll try to answer them. Some of the questions I may not have been able to answer, but I'm reserving whole episodes for that. So see them in the next few weeks. Bye!